Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Ram.
The great Sarvadrk Prabhu, senior disciple of Sri Prabhupada, staying in Mayapur Dham, preaching vigorously. So we have to learn a lot, even despite his age, is widely preaching and the laser focus. So let us hear from Prabhu and get laser focus in our life. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai, good morning, all devotees. My obeisances to all of you. I was asked this morning to speak from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10, Text 3. So we can read that verse, Srila Prabhupada's purport, and then discuss Ram Leela in relationship to devotional principles that help us make progress in spiritual life. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudирayat Nashtapresha Baddheshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhagavati Naishtaki Krishne Swadamo Bhagate Dharma Jnana Kalo Nashta Dishamesha Puraniko Dunodita Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. So the verse is Tasyanucharitam Rajan Rishibis Tattvadarshibhi Shrutam Hi Varnitam Bhuri Taya Sita Pater Mahu. Tasya, of him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramchandra and his brothers. Anucharitam, transcendental activities, Rajan, O King Maharaj Parikshit, Rishibhi, by great sages or saintly persons, Tattvadarshibhi, by persons who know the absolute truth, Shrutam, have all been heard, he, indeed, Varnitam, as they have been so nicely described, Buri, many, Tvaya, by you, Sitapate, of Lord Ramchandra, the husband of Mother Sita, Muhu, more than often. Translation, O King Parikshit, the transcendental activities of Lord Ramchandra have been described by great saintly persons who have seen the truth. Because you have heard again and again about Lord Ramchandra, the husband of Mother Sita, I shall describe these activities only in brief. Please listen. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Modern Rakshasas, posing as educationally advanced, merely because they have doctorates, have tried to prove that Lord Ramchandra is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but an ordinary person. Those who are learned and spiritually advanced will never accept such notions. They will accept the descriptions of Lord Ramchandra and his activities only as presented by Tattvadarshis, those who know the absolute truth. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 34, the Supreme Personality of Godhead advises that Didi Pranipatena Paripashnena Sevaya Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninas Tattva Darshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. A self-realized soul can impart knowledge into you because he has seen the truth. End quote. Unless one is Tattvadarshi in complete knowledge of the absolute truth, one cannot describe the activities of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, although there are many so-called Ramayanas or histories of Lord Ramchandra's activities, some of them are not actually authoritative. Sometimes Lord Ramchandra's activities are described in terms of one's own imagination, speculations, or material sentiments. But the characteristics of Lord Ramchandra should not be handled as something imaginary. While describing the history of Lord Ramchandra, Shukadev Goswami told Maharaj Parikshit, quote, "You have already heard about the activities of Lord Ramchandra," end quote. Apparently, therefore, 5,000 years ago, there were many Ramayans or histories of Lord Ramchandra's activities, and there are many still. But we must select only those books written by Tattvadarshis, Jnaninas Tattvadarshina, not the books of so-called scholars who claim knowledge only on the basis of a doctorate. This is a warning by Shukadev Goswami, Vishibhis Tattvadarshibhi, Although the Ramayana composed by Valmiki is a huge literature, these same activities summarized here by Shukadev Goswami in a few verses. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Vena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Nama Shishtam Manomapi Sachiputra Sarupam Rupam Tasya Gajamurapurim Mahatirim Goshtabatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Maho Radhika Madhavasam Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natasmi He Guru Jnanada Dina Bandhu Swananda Datta Kuranaika Sindhu Vrindavanasi Nikita Avatara Prasida Radha Panaya Pajana Bande Rupa Sanatano Raghujugo Shri Jiva Gopala Go Bande Nanta Advateshwayam Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nichopi Yat Prasada Sad Bhakti Shastra Pavardaka Nityananda Maham Nomi Sarvananda Karam Param Harinama Pradam Devam Bhavadu Tishromanim Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudha Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Vrindaye Tulsi Devai Priyaye Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Paridevi Satya Vachai Namo Namah Vansha Kopatubhishya Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavini Vaishnava Namo Namah. I saw something on the internet several weeks ago that was very disturbing. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, was saying something in Parliament. He was making a point in Parliament, and he referred to the Leela of Lord Krishna and Sudama. So he made reference to our Shastra. This isn't imagination. This is a story mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's authoritative. It's factual. It's not imaginary. He made reference to it, but how was it reported throughout the news media? As if Prime Minister Modi referred to the mythology of Sudama and Lord Krishna. This is very disturbing. In India, they're relegating our Shastra, our Bhagavatam, our Ramayana, our Mahabharata, Upanishads, Gita, they're relegating it to the category of a myth, a fairy tale. This is offensive. This is the effect of Kali Yuga. So Prabhupada's talking about this in the purport, that these descriptions of the Lord's activities are not mythological. They are factual. And they're described by Tattvadarshi. Tattvadarshi means the plural of Tattvadarshi. By self-realized persons, especially we refer to Valmiki Ramayana, who is the authorized commentator on the activities, the Leela of Lord Rama. Of course, we also know there is Ramcharitmanas by Tulsi Das. But Srila Prabhupada didn't give as much authority to his exposition of Ram Leela as he did to Valmiki Muni. So Ramayana, as Prabhupada mentions, is an exhaustive literature. And frankly, I'm really not one to tell beautiful Leela. I always look at things from the point of view of Tattva. Leela is wonderful. We should understand Leela. But unless we understand Tattva side by side, then Leela may take the position in our consciousness as something phantasmagorical or mythological. Like, how is it possible for one man to fight 14,000 Rakshasas? How is it possible? And impossible. How can this be true? But Lord is described achintya manasa gochara, that we can't circumscribe God and his Leela with our limited mind and senses, limited intellect and senses. He's the first principle Jiva Goswami describes to understand God. If you really want to get a grasp on God, to understand something about him, understand you can't understand him. He is achintya. We can understand a few grains of his activities, but his Leela is achintya. So he can fight with 14,000 Rakshasas, he can fight with 14 million, 14 billion. He doesn't even need his bow. But this is his Leela. So to understand Leela, we should put it in perspective of Tata. Who is the person? What is his character? Like when we talk about Govardhan Leela. Someone may challenge, how is it possible a 7-year-old boy lifted a mountain? Impossible. 7-year-old boys just don't lift mountains. But let us examine who is that 7-year-old boy. Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhu vatas sarva pavajite iti matva bhajanti mam buddha bhava samanpitaha. That I'm the source of everything. If you understand that, you worship me, you become my devotee. You worship me with all your heart. So let us understand who is that boy before we judge whether he can lift a mountain or not. If he can create the planet, a mountain is nothing. If it can create galaxies, if it can create billions of universes, what is a tiny little Govardhan? It's nothing for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Similarly, 14,000 Rakshasas, nothing for Rama. But this Leela, aside from being charming, is very instructive. And we can go through highlight some of these Leelas that can teach us many things. For example, Ravana he was practically invincible because this is the demoniac mentality. They want to live forever. Ishroham aham bhogi sadoham balavan sukhi. I'm perfect, powerful, and happy. I'll live forever. No one can conquer me. I'm the best. I'm the master. I'm the boss. Bow down. This was Ravana's mentality. So Lord Brahma gave a Shakti arrow to Agastya Muni, and Agastya Muni gave that Brahmastra arrow to Rama to kill Ravana. Now, does Rama need a Shakti arrow to kill? He can lift his eyebrow and kill millions of Ravanas. We should understand Leela and Tattva side by side. Who is Rama? He's the Supreme Lord. But in Leela, he's taking help from his devotee. So this is instructive. We should learn a lesson from this example that even the Lord was successful in killing the demon Ravana by the help of a devotee. So if we are to destroy the little Ravanas and Hiranyakashipus and Dantavakras in our own heart, we should take help of devotees. Therefore, we pray every day. Yasya prasadan, Bhagavat prasadu, yasya prasadan, nagati kutopi. That we can't, the goal of Krishna Bhakti, nagati is not reached without prasad, the mercy, the benediction, the kripa from a devotee. We get Krishna by the grace of a devotee. You can't approach Krishna directly. That's not his system. Prabhupada mentioned the verse in Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatina. How do you get Krishna? First thing, pranipat. Surrender. Seva, give seva. Pariprashna, inquire. This is the process of getting Krishna. We get him, we get the Lord, Rama, we get Krishna, we get Mahaprabhu, we get the Lord by the grace of devotees, not otherwise. We pray every day in Guru Puja, Krishna Prapti Hoy, Jaha Hoite. That Guru, Krishna Prapti, how do we get Krishna? By mercy of Guru. Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed, Krishna say Tomar, Krishna te par, Tomar Shakati Ache, Ame to Kangal, Krishna Krishna Bole Dai Tava Pache Pache. That Krishna is yours. Because this is the mystery of bhakti. That Krishna sells himself to his devotee. He said, Aham Bhakta Paradino, Naswatantra Irvadvija, Saudabhya Krishna Hridayam, Bhaktar Bhakta Jana Priyaha. He told Durvasa Muni, my dear Dvija, my dear Brahmin, that I have no Naswatantra. I have no independence. I am controlled. I am under the control of my devotee. So how do we get Krishna? How do we get Rama? How do we get the Lord? How do we establish a relationship with the Lord? Only by the grace of a devotee. So Krishna said, Tamar, he's yours. And because he's yours, because you have this intimate relationship with him, Krishna Dite Par, you can give him to me. So what am I doing? What is my responsibility as a disciple, as a follower of my Guru? Dai Tava Pache Pache, that I'm simply beggar, Kangal. I'm simply running after you chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So if we follow the great devotee who has relationship with Krishna, if we somehow or other are the recipient of his grace, by following his instructions, by doing our sadhana, then Krishna can also become ours. He wants to give himself to us, but we have to follow his system. So Agastya Muni's arrow was in Leela was required to kill Ravana. This is instructive. Rama doesn't need anybody's arrow. He doesn't even need a bow. He doesn't need an arrow. He can lift his eyebrow and then kill millions of Ravanas. But in Leela, he's teaching us this important principle. Diwali is coming up. This is also an important thing. Diwali has become like a big party. I know I was very disgusted when I used to have quite a bit to do with the Indian community when I was living in Denver, Colorado. And it came to my attention, there was a big Diwali party. And what were they doing? Party favors and champagne. On Diwali. Is this the meaning of Diwali? Diwali is a very highly spiritual occasion where Rama is coming back to Ayodhya. He's been gone for 14 years, and now he's coming back. The whole city of Ayodhya is decorated and lit with lamps, and the whole city, all the Ayodhya Vasis are full of joy in anticipation of welcoming Rama back to their city. So allegorically, what does this mean? It means that Diwali is a time to lighten our heart with love of God, to welcome Rama back to our heart that has been overcome by kam, krodh, moha, matsarja, by lust, greed, anger, envy, fear, to kick out those things and welcome Rama into our heart. So we decorate our home with lights. We offer the Lord special bhoga. It's a blissful family time to conjointly worship the Lord. This is Diwali. It has nothing to do with intoxication or dancing and carrying on. It means to worship. It's puja. It's worship time to welcome the Lord, to reinstate, to reaffirm our relationship with the Lord. Yes, I want your mercy. I want you to live in my heart. I want a relationship with you. This is Diwali time. And we say this every day. We recite this prayer, Cheto Darpanam Arjanam, Bhava Mahadavagnir Divapanam, Shvayakairava Chandrikavataranam Vidyabhaduja. This beautiful prayer of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Spiritual life begins with what? What is the beginning? Cheto Darpana Marjanam, to cleanse the mirror of our own heart and mind. The mind actually lives in the heart. It's not here in our head. Mind lives in our heart. Where our heart is, this is where our consciousness resides in our heart, because this is where Atma is. Soul is in the heart. So the first principle of spiritual life is to Chaitodarp, cleanse the mirror of the mind. Kick out all dirty things, all garbage things from our mind by the process of hearing. Bhagavatam says, Pravishtakana Randrana Swanam Bhava Saroruham Dunoti Shamalam Krishna Salilasya Yatat Sharat. Kana Randrana means to pour that sound vibration, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, pour that sound through our ear to become cleansed. We become Krishna conscious not with our eye. Everybody wants to see God. If there's God, show him to me. Not this way. We see God through our ear. Tam bhakti yoga paribhavata hrit saroja ase shutikshata nanu nata pumsam. Shutikshata means we hear, to understand God through our ear. We hear about God and our heart is cleansed. Pravishta karna randrina. Karna randrina means through our ear. And this is a process of cleansing the heart, your consciousness. Chaito darpanam arjanam. When our consciousness is clean, then we can approach the Lord. So we want to cleanse our heart. We want to illuminate our heart with the lamp of Krishna Bhakti. We read in Bhagavad Gita. What is that? That I, dwelling within your heart, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness of ignorance. Teshamevanu maham jnana jamtama nasham yatma bhavasto jnana dipena pasvata. We want this jnana deep, this knowledge, by anukampartam, by his mercy. When we engage in devotional service, we get mercy. Our light, our heart, our consciousness becomes illuminated. Jnana dipena, with knowledge. Who am I? What is this world? Why am I here? Who is God? What is the purpose of life? All these realizations come to us by bhakti, by taking up Tesham Satata Yuktanam, the previous verse. Bhajatam Priti Purvakam, serving the Lord constantly with love. So Diwali is an opportunity to serve the Lord. It's not a big blowout party, party hardy, let's get drunk. It's just the exact opposite of what it should be. So we should show an example like this. What is Diwali? It means to welcome the Lord, to cleanse your heart and welcome the Lord to your only heart, to our heart. Well, there's a nice Leela also. As Ram and Sita, Lakshman were in Vanvas, they had to cross one river. They came to the side of the river and there was only one boat and one lone boatman. They had no money, they had nothing, so they entreated the boatmen, you please take me across the river. And they said, we have no money, but Sita has this ring. If you take us across the river, we can give you Sita's ring. We're in need to cross this river. You please help us. The boatman said, no, no, you keep your ring. He was so charmed by the beauty and countenance of Sita Ram and Lakshman. Said, I will take you across the river on one condition. I'm a boatman. My business is to take people across the river. And you, my dear Lord, are also a boatman. Your business is to take people across this samsara. So if you take me across this samsara of repeated birth and death, please allow me to take you across this little river. So Rama happily agreed. The boatman happily took him across and he was delivered. This is bhakti. Yaya tamam prabhajante tamastataiva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu vartante manusha partha sarvasya. As we surrender to the Lord, as we relate to him as a person, as our objective of life, as our dearmost objective in life, he will accept us. He will take us across this ocean of material life, just as this boatman. What other qualification did the man have? Was he educated? No. He's a boatman. Was he wealthy? No. He's a boatman. Did he have a high position in society, respectable position in society? No, he's simple boatman. But he surrendered himself to Rama. Yes, I will serve you. And Rama said, yes, I will deliver you. This is the whole essence of bhakti. I will serve you and you will deliver me. Very instructive. Now, it was well known that Kaikeyi loved Rama even more than her own son Bharat, even more than her own son. So what happened to Kaikeyi? What happened to her? She became so evil-minded that she banished Rama. She threw him out of the kingdom, forced him out of the kingdom by using uh, Dasarath gave her different boons. Because she's powerful Kshatrani. She saved her husband on the battlefield. And Dasarath said, what can I do for you? Said, I'll give you anything. Says, I will take your boon in the future. So by the power of bad association, by the association of mantra, her heart was changed. And she used that boon to banish Rama to the forest for 14 years. How could it happen to someone who had so much love? Previously, she had so much love for Rama, more than her own son. How did it happen? By bad association. So this aspect of Leela is very, very important. Gita says, Sangat Sanjayate Kama. That our association, the people we associate with, has a lot to do with our consciousness, with the desires we aspire for, what we want in life, has a lot to do with the people we associate. So Lord Chaitanya was asked, who is a Vaishnava? Who is a Vaishnava? How do we define, how do we know who is a Vaishnava? Mahaprabhu said, Asatsanga Tyaga e Vaishnavachar. That a Vaishnava is someone who does not associate with non-devotees. Now, what does that mean practically? If you're working a job, you sit at your desk, don't talk to me, I'm a Hare Krishna. Don't even look at me. I don't associate with non-devotees. No, it doesn't mean that. We are obliged to associate with non-devotees to some degree, but that is an actual association. Taking their association means Hey, Prabhu. Hey, Krishna Das. Let's go. It's Friday night. Let's go party. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. No, we don't take their habits. We don't take, this is taking their association. Or they want you to eat something, or they want you to drink something, to go party with them. We don't take their association, like we give association. Our association, they're benefited. So Prabhupada would say, if you want to go fishing, don't fall in the water. So we can associate with non-devotees for their benefit, but don't take their association. Don't take their dirty habits, their dirty mind, their dirty perspective in life, their atheistic view of the goal of life, which is simply sense gratification. Not that association. So mantra had such powerful influence on Kaikeyi that she rejected her beloved Rama. If it can happen to her, can it happen to us? Of course. So we reject bad association. So the citizens of Ayodhya wanted to go with Rama to the forest and leave behind all the comforts. Arama. Aram means comforts of life. So we have to choose. There has to come a time in our life when we choose, what do we really want in life? Do we want Rama or Arama? We want comfort, materialistic comfort in life. Why do we want Rama? We should always choose Rama. We should always choose the Lord, because materialistic comfort is very, very temporary. Just like I'm sitting here comfortably on this couch, but I can't. How long can I sit here without being uncomfortable? Then I have to move my leg. Then I have to get up. Then I'm standing and I'm uncomfortable. Then I sit down and I'm uncomfortable. If I lie down in a bed, I can't lie there forever. In due course of time, I become uncomfortable. I'm sitting, I become uncomfortable in due course of time. I'm standing, I become uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable world. We've been thrown into the material world where it is uncomfortable. Why do we try to make everything comfortable? This is a this is a losing battle. We can't be comfortable here. It's not our home. So we should realize this and be comfortable in the understanding that at the end of this life, Chaktva deham punar janma naiti mamiti sarjana, I can leave this world, this uncomfortable world, and go back to Krishna. But people simply spend their time and energy and money and life blood trying to be comfortable where there is no comfort. One time, Srila Prabhupada, he was in India, and he pointed to a ceiling fan. He asked the devotees, why is there a fan? Devotee said, well, it's it's hot, Prabhupada. They turn the fan when it's hot. No, no. Why is there a fan? What is the philosophical understanding? Devotees didn't get it. Finally, Prabhupada said, because this is an uncomfortable world. It's always too hot, then we want to turn on the AC. It's too cold, we want to turn on the heater. It's too wet, it's too dry, it's too this, it's too that. It's an uncomfortable world. We should choose Rama. There has to come a time in our life when we choose Rama, because material comfort is an illusion and intoxicates us. Queen Kunti Maharani prayed, Janmai Swarja Shuta Shibir, Edamana Madapuman, Naivar Hatyabidatum Vai, Twamakinchana Gocharam. This is Janma Aiswarja Shuta Shibir, that good birth, material opulence, learning, bodily beauty, Edamana Madapuman, they're simply intoxicating. They make us think the material world is all right. I've got good birth, people respect me, I've got money, I've got a degree, I've got beautiful body. Let's enjoy. They become intoxicated to the actual factual situation of every conditioned soul in this material world. Coming to this material world is the most inauspicious thing, the most inauspicious thing for the Jivatma to come to this world where we can never be comfortable. But if we get a little material opulence, some learning, some respect, some bodily beauty, then we think this is my home. Everything's nice. But we're being chased by our own death. Nishvasena hi vishvasa kada rudho bhavishyati kirtaniyamato bhayad haranamaiva kevalam. We should understand that we should practice Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of life, because our death is imminent. The whole Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken on this principle. That what is the duty of a person who's on the verge of death? Who is not on the verge of death? We think an old person, oh, he's going to die in a few years, yeah. Who is not on the verge of death? A baby is on the verge of death. An adolescent, a teenager, middle age, everyone is on the verge of death. Miyamananam is the word used in Bhagavatam. Everyone is on the verge of death. So what is the duty of a person who's on the verge of death? To leave this world of death, not to try and be comfortable here. Choose Rama. Don't arama. Don't choose material comfort because you can't be comfort in this comfortable. It is an illusion. Bogai swarja prasaktanam taya prahata chetasam vyavasyatmika buddhi eke haku. That bogai swarja, they simply distract us. Boga and sense gratification and material opulence. That doesn't mean that we have to be big tyagis, renounce the world. What is to renounce? Nothing is ours to renounce. Brahman said, have a comfortable life. Nothing wrong. We won't get Krishna by renunciation, but we should understand that overindulgence in Bhoga and Aishwarya will deviate us from Rama. So Rama or Rama, we have to choose. And we should be alert in spiritual life. There's a good example in Ramayana from this also. It is said that Rama left Ayodhya when the Ayodhya Vasis were sleeping. They were thinking they want to go with Rama. So he left when they were sleeping. So we should be careful not to be inattentive or lazy in our spiritual life, because we may lose our taste for bhakti. And this is the greatest loss. If we lose our taste for chanting Hare Krishna, if we lose our taste for reading Prabhupada's books, if we lose our taste for associating with devotees or attending temple functions, what is the meaning to our life? How much have we lost? Incalculable loss. If you lose some money can be replaced. Many things, clothes can be replaced, a home can be replaced, many things can be replaced. But if we lose this taste for bhakti, we lose everything. So we should always be alert, not to be asleep at the switch, to be lazy or inattentive on our bhakti, to be utsaha, to be enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness. And the goal of Krishna bhakti, the goal of Ram bhakti, is to please the Lord. Remember that Bharat was offered the whole kingdom, but Bharat wanted to stay in the forest instead of return to the kingdom. He thought, let me go with Rama. This will be more pleasing for me. I want to go with Rama. My affection is with Rama. I don't want to rule the kingdom. This is a burden. So in Krishna consciousness, Ram Bhakti, Krishna Bhakti, we choose that path which is most pleasing to the Lord. Rama said, no, I don't want you to come with me. I want you to go back and rule the kingdom. And this is the theme of Bhagavad Gita also. What was Arjuna's proposition? His proposition is, it's pleasing to me not to fight this battle. These people are my superiors, Karpanya Dosho, Sabam. He gave so many excuses why he didn't want to fight. But what was the bottom line? It's not pleasing to me. But Krishna is saying, I want you to do it. So bhakti, the goal of bhakti is to please the Lord. The whole principle of bhakti is to please the Lord. So Bharat left Rama, and he took, under Rama's instruction, he took charge of the kingdom. But he always acknowledged that Rama is a proprietor. Bharat didn't go back to the kingdom. Now I'm the king. All right, let me enjoy. No, he put on deer skin. He lived by eating barley soaked in the urine of a cow. And he took Rama's padukas and put them on the throne. He never sat on the throne. He said, this is Rama's place. He never tried to usurp the position of Rama. So this is also very instructive. What is ours in this world? The whole disease of material life is that we think we're proprietors. Everything is my property. That Bhoktaram, that everything is owned and controlled by the Bhoktaram Jagatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suridam Sarvabhutanam Gyatva Mam Shantim Richati. If we want peace, we have to acknowledge Krishna is the enjoyer. Lord is the enjoyer. So Bharat was the ideal example of this. He wouldn't sit on the throne. He governed, he ruled, he took care of the kingdom as a service to Rama. Not that I want to go with Rama. I'll follow the instruction of Rama. I'll serve the kingdom, but I'll never sit on the throne. He took the service, but left aside the respect, the sense gratification aspect, the position. He left the position, but took the service. So this is very instructive. And this is practical also in our own life. What is ours? Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed, Manasage hodeho yoki chimor arpilantu apade nandakeshwar. That whatever little bit I have, and yoki chimor, whatever little bit I call my own, my mind, my body, my home, my family, my wealth, yoki chimor, whatever little bit I call my own, arpilantu apade, oh Nandakeshwar, I offer to you. Why? Because it's his. Everything is a property of the Lord. Ishava samidam sarvam jatkinsha jagatam jagat tena chaktena bunjita magrida hakkasya svidanam. He's the owner, the proprietor, and controller of everything. It's his world. It's his property. It's his wealth. It's his home. It's his family. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur acknowledges that by saying that everything I have, I offer to you. That doesn't mean we live like a hermit, like a sannyasi. Live with your family, have comfortable life, but acknowledge who is the proprietor. Srila Prabhupada gave a nice example. He said the servant of the king enjoys just like the king. He wears nice clothes. He lives in the palace. He eats the same food the king eats. What is the difference? He acknowledges he's the king, I am a servant. He doesn't usurp the position of the king. So in the same way, we offer beautiful bhoga to the Lord and we take delicious prasadam. We don't eat bhoga, we offer to Krishna. Let him enjoy because it's his. So we offer everything to Krishna that belongs to Krishna. And this is the mood of Bharat. He's keeping Rama's paudukas on the throne. Now there's also very good instruction in the kidnapping of Sita by Ravana. What did Ravana do? He arranged for, what was the demon's name who took the form of a golden deer?
Maricha.
Maricha, thank you. So by deception, Sita was kidnapped. And disobedience also. Bharat told her, he put this Bharat Lakshman Rekha, not Bharat Lakshman, sorry. He put this Lakshman Rekha, this mystic protection around Sita, the ashram, said, don't step outside. But Ravana came, again deception, dressed as a sannyasi, and by her sentiment, oh, he's a sannyasi, I should give him some bhiksha, I should serve him, he's a sannyasi. But dress does not make a sannyasi. Orange cloth, danda doesn't make a sannyasi. By activities, understand what is a sannyasi. Dress does not make the man. Doesn't make it, we don't become devotee putting a tika, putting a kantimala, sari, dhoti, shaven head, shika. That doesn't make you devotee. Devotee is affair of the heart. We may fool each other. Like one great Vaishnava, he used to joke. He was putting on tilak. Now I'm putting on my disguise. I'm putting on my disguise. I'm putting my disguise as a devotee because I'm not a devotee. But a great devotee feels like this. I'm not a Vaishnava. I'm not a Vaishnava. Well, that's another story. I don't want to get too far out of line here. But devotee feels like this. I'm not a Vaishnava. So how do we become a Vaishnava? By our quality of bhakti, the quality of our heart, not by our dress. So Maricha stole away Sita by her consciousness, thinking, oh, beautiful golden deer. I have to have it. Rama, get me that deer. Please get that for me. So there's so many golden deers offered to us in Kali Yuga society. The golden deer of wealth, the golden deer of position in society, the golden deer of gadgets, of all the accoutrements of material life, cars and jewelry and so many things attract our attention, but they're all golden deers that drag us away, that that give that make our progress in spiritual life. It hinders our progress in spiritual life. It's dangerous. The golden deer was very attractive to Sita, but ultimately it was the cause of her being kidnapped by the Ravana. And we should understand Ravana also. People say, how can Sita be kidnapped by Ravana? Sita can destroy millions of Ravanas by lifting her eyebrow. Who is Sita? She's supreme goddess. Srishti Siti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Eka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanandi Vibharti Durga. Even Durga, whole Srishti Siti, whole material creation is going under her direction. So what power does Sita have? She can do away with millions of Ravanas. But there has to be a Ravana, otherwise there's no Rama, there's no Ramayan. Without a Ravana, there's no Leela, there's no Ramayan. The whole Leela doesn't afford, and Lord is enjoying this Leela. He's enjoying this Leela. So Ravana has to be there, but he's a great deceiver. And material nature is very, very deceptive. Don't trust your mind. Don't take everything at face value, because this is how Sita got kidnapped. Because she took Ravana at face value. She took the golden deer at face value. And she was deceived. So this is the nature of the material world, that are offered apparent happiness. But what is the nature of having things? Bhagavad Gita says, kama rupena konteya dushparena analena cha, that the desire to have things, kama, to achieve some type of material happiness, burns like fire and is never satisfied. So this is we should kick out the golden deers of our life, any Ravana type personalities in our life, and kick out lust, anger, and greed, because these are the obstacles of spiritual life. Trividam narakasidam dharam nashanam atmana kama krodha tata lobras tasmade tatrayam tyajet. Tyajet, get rid of them. How? On the strength of Harinam, on the strength of Krishna's name. It kicks out all types of inauspicious things from our heart. So Maya is very expert. Marichi took the form of a golden deer, trapped Sita, made her vulnerable to Ravana. So in the same way, we should surrender to Krishna. He says, Mamivaye prabhadyante mayamitam tarantite. We can overcome the allurement of Maya, although Maya is described as my Maya, insurmountable. If we surrender to Krishna, prabhadyante mayamitam tarantite, we can easily cross over Maya if we take shelter of Krishna. Maya is like an ocean and can drown us at any moment, just like an elephant. Prabhupada gave this example. Big, huge, strong elephant, but the waves of the ocean can wash him away and drown him. But the little fish, he swims happily in the ocean. Big waves, small waves, tufan, he swims happily in the ocean because he takes shelter where there is real shelter. The elephant can't be happy in the ocean. Even big, strong elephant is washed away by the waves of the ocean. So in the same way, Maya is insurmountable. But Mamevaye prabhadyante, if we take shelter of Krishna, who is the ocean of mercy, then Maya can never touch us. This is very, very instructive. Even though Maya, Mama Maya Dharatyaya. So we have to understand what is the nature of Maya also. To take shelter of Krishna, we should understand what is the nature of Maya. Lord says, Yehi sansparsa jaboga dukkha yoneya evateya jantavanta konteya nateshu ramate buddha. An intelligent person doesn't take pleasure in the sources of misery, which are due to contact of the senses with their objects. We like to smell and taste and touch and see and hear. We want to experience the world through our senses, but this is all Maya. We should use our senses. What does bhakti mean? Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchate. Sarvupada muktam tatparatayana mirlam. They give up all types of upadis, material designations, that I am this body, I will be happy in this world, my senses are everything. Give up this false conception and take shelter of Krishna. Use your senses in Krishna's service. Then, mayamitam tarantite. They easily cross beyond the jurisdiction of Maya, even though it's insurmountable energy. So there's some good things we can learn also, that we should learn, because often in our preaching work, we meet people who are inimical to this Leela, and they criticize Lord Rama. So there's some issues that I want to bring up to help us in our preaching work. So people say, first of all, they think Rama is a man or a myth, and they criticize him. Like, why did Rama leave Sita? He put the kingdom before his wife. What about his wife? She was pregnant with twins. Why he banished her from the kingdom? Because some barber spoke some ill words about him, and for that, for his reputation, he banished Sita. This is Leela. How to understand Leela? With Tattva. There is no separation. It's impossible for Lakshmi to be separated from Narayan. Why are they separated? This is called Vipralamba Leela. Vipralamba means that in separation, they're closer than in Sambhog. Sambhog means in association. They're sitting on the throne together. This is Sambhog. Very happily together. But in Vipralamba, in separation, the madness of separation is more intense, variety of love, and in this insane, intense, inexpressible feeling of love, where Rama is running through the forest, mad. Where is Sita? Sita, Sita, where? He's looking in madness and separation. Much more intense variety of love than in Sambhog, in union. So Sita is banished, but Rama is showing that because he is Maryada Purushottam, is showing the highest example of what it means to be a king, to put the citizens first, even at the expense of his own happiness. This is Rama. But we should understand from Tattva also. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is explained in the beginning, in invocation. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ladini Shaktir Asmat Ekatmana Vapi Bhuvi Puradeham Vedam Katoto Chaitanyakam Pakadamadhanam Tadayam Chakyamaptam Radha Bhabajuti Savalitom Nomi Krishna Sarupam. That Radha and Krishna are the eternal, irreducible, absolute truth. There's no higher truth than Radha Krishna. And they are of the same nature. Srimati Radharani is as good as Krishna. Sita is as good as Rama. She's not some village girl. She's not some princess that Rama is just, okay, go. She's Lakshmi. She's as good as Rama. So we have to understand. And who is Sita? We read about this Leela also. How she just picked up Lord Shiva's bow. 300 men couldn't budge it. They couldn't make it move. But she's picking it up and playing with it like a toy. And they couldn't, one of the household servants saw her playing, and they couldn't believe their eyes. 300 powerful men couldn't budge Lord Shiva's Lakshmi. Sita is just picking up, playing with it like a toy. How powerful is she? She can finish millions of Ravanas. So we should understand Tattva to have proper perspective of Leela. That Rama's leaving Sita is apparent. This is apparent vichar. Tattva vichar, seeing things in perspective, means they're experiencing a deeper, more intense quality of loving relationship and separation than they are in meeting. So that should be understood. Sometimes people criticize Rama in this way. And how can we tolerate? Rama killing Vali. Vali was an enemy to Rama's friend, Sugriva. And Rama killed him, not in the manner of a Kshatriya, face to face, let us fight. Fight to the death. Let the best man win, face to face. But Rama hid behind a tree and killed Bali like a hunter. Like a hunter would hide himself in the bushes, and when his game comes within range, then he boom, shoots or releases an arrow and kills his prey. So Rama killed Bali in this way. And some people criticize, what kind of man is Rama? Like, this is cheating, such a coward to fight Bali from behind when he couldn't see from behind a tree. What kind of Kshatriya is he? There is an explanation. There is between Tata Vichar and Apara Vichar, this external understanding. So Ramchandra could not fight with Bali face to face because he had some benediction that anyone who fought with him face to face would take half of his power. He couldn't be defeated face to face. So Rama hid behind the tree. And this is proper uh, punishment also, because Vali stole Sugriva's wife. So what is dharmic and what is adharmic? He deserved to die. He took the kingdom from Sugriva. He took his wife. He deserves to die, but he couldn't die face to face. So Rama killed him from behind the tree. And this was just. So we should understand that Rama is not. And what is the rule of law for God? Do the rules of human society apply to God? He can do whatever he wants. He makes the rules. So if he makes the rules, he can break the rule. But technically speaking, he didn't break the rule because Vali couldn't be killed in any other way. He had this boon that no one could kill him in face-to-face fight. So Rama kept himself hidden from behind the tree and killed him. So he observed the boon, although he didn't have to. This is Leela again. He didn't have to observe the boon. He can just lift his eyebrow, do away with millions of Valis, put Sugriva back with his wife, back on the throne. But he's observing the Leela. He's acting as a Kshatriya in Leela, although he's the Supreme Lord. Another issue, some people say, we worship Rama because he's dharmic. He was Maryada Purushottam. Oh, Krishna is Leela Purushottam. He's the Supreme Personality of Leela, and Rama is the Supreme Personality of dharmic activity. So they criticize, even in some sampradayas, I think in Pushti Marg, they say we like Krishna as Bal Gopal, but when he became a teenager, then he got involved with all these girls. He became a dharmic. But what do they understand? Again, tattva. Tattva vichar means to understand things from the perspective of Shastra. Who are the gopis? Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitabi stabhirya eja nijarupataya kalabi. They're all expansions of Krishna's own Hladini Shakti. Are they just a bunch of village girls? And when Krishna does Ras Leela, are there 100 of them? 1,000 of them? No. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says Shatakoti Gopi. There's 10 billion gopis doing Ras with Krishna. They can't pick and choose from Shastra. The rascals, the atheists, the fault finders. They say, oh, Krishna was dancing with young girls in the dead of night. Yes. But how many of them? What does Shastra say? Millions and billions of gopis were dancing with Krishna, and every gopi was dancing. Krishna expanded himself to be with each and every gopi. This is the enjoying power of God, the Hladini Shakti of God. And what kind of Leela was it? They're dancing. Simply dancing. And they say, oh, he's with other men's wives. What is that? Everyone is Krishna's wife. Everyone is Krishna's wife. Gopis belong to Krishna. And the husbands are thinking, my wife is owned by Leela Shakti, husband is taking my wife was with me. But in their spiritual form, gopis are dancing with Krishna because they're part and parcel of Krishna. They're expansions of Krishna, his Hladini Shakti. So Krishna is not immoral. This is the highest morality. Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strict that a woman couldn't even come close to offer obeisances to him. Yet he said, Ramya Kachit Upasana, Vargena Vrajabadu, that the Vrajabadu, the worship conceived by the gopis at Vrindavan, is accepted as the highest form of worship because they gave everything to Krishna. They sacrificed everything. Krishna went to Vamshivat, began to play in his flute, and the gopis came running, dropped everything. Milk is on the stove, babies are crying, husband is hungry. They're not even dressed properly. Top is in the bottom, bottom is on the top. One eye makeup is done, one earring is done. Doesn't matter, they went running to Krishna. And Krishna said to them, why have you come? Why have you come? At this dark night in the forest, many ferocious animals are here. You're young girls, young delicate girls. Better you go home. They sacrificed everything to come to Krishna. Krishna said, better you go home. So Krishna is the greatest renouncer also. He's aptakama. He's fully self-satisfied. He doesn't need gopis to enjoy himself, but he wants to enjoy relationship of heart-to-heart love. So tattva vichar, we have to understand Krishna is not immoral. Everything is Krishna's property. Everyone is Krishna's wife. So Rama certainly, he is Maryada Purushottam. But Krishna is not immoral. Sometimes they compare, but this is an unacceptable comparison. Some people say that you worship Krishna and I worship Rama. Rama is my God and Krishna is your God. This shows ignorance. What is God? Ramadi Murti Shukala Niyamena Tishtan Nana Bhataramakaro Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham. God is one. Rama is Krishna. Krishna is Rama. They're not different. What is different? Only the Leela. Only the Leela. Rama is Maryada Purushottam. Krishna is Leela Purushottam. The Leela is different. But he's the same person. Rama is Krishna playing the part of a king, of a monarch, of the husband of Sita, the brother of Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna. He's playing the role of a king, but he is Krishna. So someone who's a devotee of Rama is a devotee of Krishna. But they appreciate their bhava, their feeling towards Rama is more. There's a nice, beautiful Leela in Chaitanya Leela. Mahaprabhu had a devotee named Murari Gupta. His his place is just down the road from here, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes walk from here. And beautiful deities of Murari Gupta's Sitaram deities are there. And beautiful bas relief around the whole interior. It's a small temple, but inside the whole area is a depiction of Ram Leela beginning to end, from Rama's birth to his killing Ravana, everything is there. So Mahaprabhu told Murari Gupta that you're chanting this Sitaram, Sitaram, Ram, 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 Ram. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Govinda Mari Purush, Anadi Radha Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna is the original personality. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Murari Gupta didn't know what to do. Said, I'm Ram Bhakta, but Mahaprabhu, he's the Lord. He's asking me to chant Hare Krishna. Okay, let me try. So he began to chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita. He was impossible for him. He came to Mahaprabhu, threw himself at Mahaprabhu's feet, says, I cannot give up my Rama. I've sold my head to Raghunath. Mahaprabhu blessed him, even though he ordered him, and Murari Gupta disobeyed his order. He blessed him. Yes, you feel like this because why? Because you are Hanuman. That Hanuman himself came to participate in Mahaprabhu Leela, Gaur Leela. So this is Murari Gupta's Baba. It's his feeling towards the Lord. But Rama is the Lord. But someone has a feeling for Rama, someone has a feeling for Vishnu, someone has a feeling for Nishinga, someone has a feeling for Vamana. All different avatars are there. This is our Baba. In Gaudiya Vaishnavism, typically devotees have predominance of feeling for Radha Krishna and one of four primary Leelas. Shanta Leela we're not interested in. Dasya Leela not very much interested in. But in Sakhya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, and Madhurya Ras, these higher Leelas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas aspire for this, for having intimate relationship with the Lord that's not available in Ram Leela. Can you, the Gopas, they're wrestling with Krishna. They're stealing food off Krishna's plate. They're chastising Krishna. They're saying, who are you? Who you think you are? You think you're big man? I'm stronger than you. You're just one of us, Krishna. Can you say that to Rama? No, this mood of reverence is there for Rama. He's the king. He's the boss. He's greater. And we're lesser. But in Krishna Lila, there's this intimacy. The gopis are chastising Krishna. Mother Yashoda is chastising Krishna. She rebukes him. You cry baby, restless boy, agitated, restless boy, greedy boy, thief, monkey boy. She's chastising Krishna. Can you chastise Rama like this? No. The cowherd boys are stealing food from Krishna's plate. Krishna's ready to take nice bundi laddu, and they snatch that right from his hand and pop in their own mouth. And Krishna's eating food off the cowherd boy's plate. They're eating off his plate. This is the intimacy of Krishna Bhakti that is unavailable in Ram Leela, because he's Ram Maryada Purushottam. So he's the same person. But where do you find inspiration? Where do you find love? Some people love Ram Leela and Ramayan. Wonderful. We offer you're a great Vaishnava. We bow down to you. We wash your feet. Drink the water. You're great Vaishnava. Our feeling is for Krishna. But he's the same person. He's the Lord. So we should understand this, that there's ultimately no different. But Krishna is the original. As we read in Srimad Bhagavatam, the incarnation of Rama in the first canto, third chapter, Srimad Bhagavatam, many different incarnations of the Lord are mentioned. Then this verse comes, Ete chansakala pumsa, Krishna stu bhagavan swayam indraya vyakalam lokam mridayanta yuge yuge. That all the other avatars are angsha and kala, expansion of me or expansion of an expansion, but Krishna stu bhagavan swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original, Adi Purush, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. So we're worshippers of Krishna. But Rama is also Krishna. But original Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Vrindavanam padatyaja padamekam nagachati. Original Krishna never leaves Krishna. But to enjoy Leela, he expands himself as Rama, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Balaram. All different avatars are there. Krishna is expanding himself to enjoy different Leelas. But he's the same person. So if someone says, I'm a devotee of Rama, my God is Rama, and your God is Krishna. No, you don't understand. God is one. So we should understand that also. I'm running out of time, so I guess we should leave here. Does anyone have any comment or question?
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for a wonderful class. The detailed Tattva Vichar points on how to understand things. Thank you very much.
Well, this is the understanding of my revered godbrother, his whole Shishimad Gaur Govinda Maharaj, who preached this extensively about how to the importance of Tattva Vichar.
Yes. Apparent consideration. Amritam, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my full obeisance for all Krishna Prabhupada.
Please accept mine, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhu, my question is regarding this mythology, the point on mythology. To accept whatever is there in the Shastra as factual depends on faith. And all of us have millions of lifetimes of conditioning, which makes us almost faithless, or rather, we have faith in all the wrong things. So, naturally, Prabhu, when we read such things, hear such leelas, the instinct, so to say, is to, oh, these are just fairy tales, or it is allegorical, or something like that. So the question is, Prabhu, two parts. One is how to tamp down that material instinct to jump to say that it is mythological, and then how to develop real faith and not just superficial faith.
Very excellent question, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Prabhupada gave simple example. Everyone knows this famous example, frog in a well. Our consciousness is like that frog. We want to compare that which is outside of the purview of understanding to what we know. So we know that a man, he may fight even with an automatic weapon. He may fight with 100 people, maybe 200, even 1,000 people. And how can a man with a bow and arrow fight with 14,000? Because we have no experience of it. We want to verify its truth compared to what our experience of in life. We've never experienced it in life, so it's outside of our experience, so how can it be true? This is arrogant. If I can't verify it by what I've experienced, it can't be true. This is arrogant. This is the frog in the well. That what is his friend frog, they're talking frogs, figure that. His friend frog comes, and I've seen the ocean, Atlantic Ocean. And the frog in the well says, well, how big is the ocean? Is it twice as big as my well? No, much bigger than that. 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times bigger than. He wants to define and understand what is the ocean by comparing it to his reference of a small little puddle of water in a well. So in the same way, our arrogance is that we want to verify or confirm the veracity or truth of something based on what our experience is, our limited experience. Because Bhagavatam is not just about the Earth planet, it's about the universe. All different leelas happening all over the universe, irrespective of chronological time and space. Simply Lord's relationship with devotees and devotees' relationship with the Lord. So be careful to adopt the frog in the well mentality that if it's outside of my experience of the world, then how can it be true? Because this is just arrogance. Now, sometimes we also say that Shastra sometimes will, especially like Hari Bhakti Vilas and scriptures like this, will exaggerate to make the point clear. Just like there's a reference in Hari Bhakti Vilas that says, if you eat Kalmi Shag during Kartik Mas, then you will go to hell for millions of years. Is it true? No, it's not true. That by eating this type of spinach, that you go to hell, you'll suffer in hell for millions of lifetimes because you ate spinach. And no, it's saying, like a mother says to her son, I've told you 1,000,000 times to pick up your clothes. She hasn't said 1,000,000 times. You do that again, I'll skin you alive. She's not going to skin you alive. She didn't say millions of times, but for emphasis, she'll speak like this. So sometimes Shastra speaks to us in this way for emphasis, that we can't take it literally. But mostly Shastra is literal. Lord Rama fought with 14,000 Rakshasas and defeated them all with a bow and arrow, the Shakti arrows. And we should have faith. Krishna says in Gita, 9th chapter, Ashradadana Purusha Dharma Sasya Parantapa, Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Sansara Vartmani. Those who are faithless cannot achieve me, but they return again to repeated birth and death in the material world. So where to repose your faith? We perform acts of faith every day, isn't it? You go to the grocery store and you buy a gallon of milk. It could have poison. Some madman could have injected poison into it, but we buy the milk and we drink it. We drive down the road having faith that people are going to stay on their side of the. This is America talk. I'm not talking about India. In America, they're on their side of the road, you're on your side of the road. You have faith that they won't go transgress that line and make a head-on collision with you. You have faith. You get in your car and you drive with lots of faith, especially faith if you're driving in India. When you get in your car, you turn it on. There could be some volatile gas inside. It could make an explosion, but you get it. We do acts of faith hundreds of times. Why not put faith in Krishna? Krishna will not cheat you. So where to repose faith? Ashradhana, then we'll never get Krishna. We have to put our faith some, and bhakti begins. Ado Shraddha. Bhakti begins with faith. Where will we put faith? And faith is created by the association of devotees. First Ado Shraddha, then Sadhu Sangha. By Sadhu Sangha, our faith increases. Then Bhajana Kriya, we take up the process. And by Bhajana Kriya, then we start to make progress. Ananta Nivritti, we overcome lust, greed, anger, fear, envy, malice, all negative qualities, the little Ravanas in our own heart. So it's very scientific, but everything begins with faith. We put faith in science. The science tells us so many outrageous things. We accept it as truth. We accept it as faith that there's this horrible virus and it's killing people all over the world, and you have to take this vaccine. Every year, there's a flu epidemic and thousands of people die. Nothing new. But the whole world got brainwashed through the medium of this little box we call mobile phone. It's on my mobile phone. Must be true. I saw it on my mobile phone. Absolute truth. So yeah, we have to choose where we're going to place our faith. In media, whenever I look at news, and I do, I want to know what's going on in the world. Whenever I look at the news, I ask myself, what do they want me to think? How are they manipulating me? What do they want me to think? Who is the good guy and who is the bad guy? Who is the candidate? Who is the good candidate and who's the bad candidate? What should I eat? What should I watch? What should I wear? They're manipulating. They're orchestrating human society, manipulating all of human society through media. There's a funny story. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj used to he had a van and he traveled all over the East Coast doing college programs. So there is no.
No, we will be in the afternoon. We'll be here.
Oh, you're
No. Can you please turn off your microphone? And if you don't want to listen to class, turn off your computer. So Radhanath Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, was traveling doing college programs. And he was just absorbed in his service. So he was giving a class in one college, and he was talking about the war in Vietnam, how this horrible war in Vietnam, why are people destroying each other's lives, killing each other, fighting? We should get out of Vietnam. After the class, someone raised their hand and said, Maharaj, Vietnam War was over 3 years ago. Because he was just aloof. He's not watching the news. He's not reading newspaper, magazine. He's just absorbed in his service. So we should know what's going on, but know that material media, we're being manipulated by material media. And it's all coming from one source. One person posted a clip, speaking of clips and learning things, he posted a clip of 50 different newscasts from all over the country saying exactly the same few sentences, verbatim. They're all getting it from the same source. There's a news feed, and they're just repeating it. Talking heads repeating the news, what they want you to think, what they want you to believe. Who is the good guy? Who is the bad guy? What to wear, what to eat, what to buy, what to watch, what it means to be a good person. They're manipulating human society in this way.
But Prabhu, the same could also be said to the spiritual path, correct? What to wear, what to eat, how
Sure.
to think. So we also have our rules and regulations and other things.
That's why Krishna says, he qualifies surrender. When he says surrender to Guru, pranipat, it doesn't begin and end with pranipat. Prakrishna Rupena Nipat, complete surrender to Guru. But pariprashna, don't be blind. You have to question. Why should we do this? What is your explanation? So this is our principle also. We're not blind followers. One should question, why do we do like this? Why is it like this? What is true? What is false? Why should I get up early in the morning? Why should I brush my teeth? Why should I take a bath? Why should I chant holy name? Why should I go to Mangalarti? There's a reason for all of that. And it's connected with our own health, for one. Ayurveda recommends this is the best time to rise in the morning, early. It's best for your health. It's best for your early to bed, early to rise. It makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise, right? So there's a reason for our lifestyle. There's a reason for the things we do. There's an explanation. We're not blind followers. And so this should be understood, especially by young devotees. When Lord is saying to achieve me, if you want to be Tattvadarshi, you have to do pranipat. You have to completely surrender to my representative, Sri Guru. What does that mean? It's tempered by the understanding that you should inquire. If you don't have faith, if you don't understand it, then ask, because there's an answer. So it's not, we're accused of this blind brainwashing, blind following. No, that's not our point of view at all. It's stated clearly, Pari Prashna, ask relevant questions to understand. Actually, the whole Bhagavatam is questions and answers. The whole first canto of Bhagavatam, they're asking questions of the sages. That how is the world created? What is this? What is this? What is bhakti? What is surrender? What is the creation? What is the planetary system? How do we get here? It's all questions and answers. It's not blind following. It's questions and answers. And it's up to the individual to understand or reject. Not blind following. You're not obliged to follow. We have independence. Bhakti requires independence. Without independence, what is the meaning to bhakti? If we're automatons, if we're robots under the control of God, what is the question of surrender? Krishna says, Sarvadrk parityaja, mamekam sharanam. You surrender to me exclusively, mamekam. If we're robots, there's no question of free will, then what is the question of surrender? So we have free will, and the exercise of free will is based upon our understanding. Therefore, pariprashna, we should inquire to understand things as they are. And we should preach this to people. Otherwise, we get labeled as some kind of cult, brainwashing cult. That the guru was manipulating and he's getting all the money and he's this. No, we can challenge. This is challenging is encouraged in our Shastra. Pariprashna. Ask relevant question. Why? Why is Krishna God? Why prove to me I'm not my body. Prove to me I'm a spirit soul. There's an explanation for all of that. So we should be expert in explaining, and we shouldn't be blind followers. And we shouldn't teach new devotees to be blind followers. They should understand everything objectively from the viewpoint of Shastra. Shastra Sadhu Guru. Is that helpful to you, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Okay, my pleasure. You can thank Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
I was just a street dog before I met Prabhupada. So
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Sarvadrk Prabhu. We'll continue with the quick announcements. Let us offer our obeisance. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Vasandubhyasya.
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, October 12th is Ramachandra Vijayotsav. Very important day, Dasara. We invite you to come to temple, Mangalarti, take darshan of the Lord. Very auspicious day, important day to start anything new. And Ekadasi is on Sunday. October 13th is Ekadasi. Pasankush Ekadasi. Damodar month is starting. Kartik, Damodar month, Urja Vrata, fasting from Varadal. October 17th, Thursday to November 15th. From Sharad Purnima to Rasa Purnima. November 15th is Friday. So this is the very auspicious, the best of the topmost months. As much as possible, try to practice, try to come to temple, take darshan, participate every day, sing Damodar Arati and offer a lamp, whatever, light, candle, whatever, some kind of thing you can offer. At temple, we will have the opportunity to do it in the evening, 8:35. Please use those mix judiciously. Don't offer 2-3 things, 100 things. Waste that. Keep it for others. And so everything is meant for the service of the Lord. We have October 10th class by Braj Mohan Prabhu from Bombay Chopati on October 10th, Thursday evening. So we'll post the details of the timing. Those are the quick announcements. So 17th, 24th, 31st, mark it around. 17th is first day of Kartik. 24th is Radha Kund appearance day or Bholashtami. 31st is the Diwali / Lakshmi Puja. So that way, and then Govardhan Puja is following day, which is November 1st. Very important day as well, Govardhan Puja. Prabhupada disappearance day is November 5th. So mark these days, and November 9th is the Gopastami. November 12th is Uttana Ekadasi, Kishordas Babaji Maharaj disappearance day. So thank you very much. We'll see you all today evening for Sunday Feast program. Hare Krishna. If you like to do any Damodar program at your home or any friend's house, please contact one of us so that we can try to assist in that matter. Thank you very much. All goes to Prabhupada, all goes to Gaur Bhaktigan. Hare Krishna. We'll close it up.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.